Hello, today is April 14, 2022. Uh, Today's update about the Ukraine war. There are two important development. First is that Russian Defense Ministry announced that they already finished the work on the Mariupol seaport in here. They have completely cleared the Ukrainian army and capture all the soldier and location. So we put a flag here. The second development is that on the Iliak factory, Russian Defense Ministry announced there are 1,026 soldiers surrendered. We still put a triangle here because it didn't announce this one is cleared. It just say 1,000 surrender. But because majority are in Azovstal, this probably is most of the soldiers in Iliak factory. But still, we put a small triangle here to make sure it was potentially occupied by still some soldiers in there. But it should be clear very soon because there are auto ammunition and food in both factory. We expect the second factory also surrender pretty soon because there is not much food and ammunition. Both sides said they are sort of food and ammunition. So we can see the video. This is about the announcement of the Defense Ministry about the Iliak 1026 servicemen of 36 Marine Brigade surrender. And there are also some new video about this surrender. This and this and this. So these are the fight in the seaport. This one Russian Defense Ministry said this one is already cleared, so it's occupied by the Russian already. Other than this, there is almost no announcement by the Russian Defense Ministry. We assume, other than Mariupol, there is no territorial gain in other part of the conflict. So we will have no update in the current the map. But since Mariupol is almost cleared, there is only maybe 1 or 2 days. We would expect the heavy bombardment by the airplane and artillery start pretty soon, or already started. As we talked about earlier, the new General Alexander come in, and he will probably use what he did in Grozny at the Chechen capital and also Aleppo in Syria. With both cases use heavy air bombardment before ground troops come in. So that's probably Russian will do. We also see some video about the Chechen soldier, more Chechen soldier come in. That's about the update. Yesterday we did not find the Biden opinion poll, so let's go over. I finally found it. So it's that the Biden on the economy has approval rating of 37. Disapprove is 63. Inflation 31. Disapproval is 69. Russian and Syria conflict, Biden get the highest score comparatively, but still a disapproval more than approval, 55 to 45. Immigration, which is also pretty bad for Biden. Another thing, Democrats is winning is 43 on the climate change, but still most don't approve that, right? Because nobody know what you do, what we can do to make the climate change. You reduce the carbon dioxide may not work because there's no theory prove that is the case. Maybe there are other factors more than just carbon dioxide, right? The crime is also pretty bad. I told you that I'm in California, it's rampant crime. Like you park your car outside, when you come back and the car has already been, the glass on the car has already been broken. And it's terrible. Like a Democrat is terrible on the crime, especially California. I think Biden basically is hanging on he's pretty much spent all his energy on the Ukraine and the Russian war, sending all the best weapon he can send to Ukraine, $16 billion. Why don't you spend $60 billion to clean the crime in California, right? And maybe even give the student some loan forgiveness, right? 16 billion is a lot of money. Why you use 60 billion to encourage a 10-year-old child like Ukraine to fight a bully like Russia, right? The child is only going to be beat up by the bully terribly, like Ukraine people will suffer, right? So this is just ridiculous, like Biden is doing. Another side is that you think about the Hungary president. He's winning overwhelmingly. He's also almost 2/3 of the parliament in Hungary. He cared nothing about the Ukraine war, because he knows that he's smart, right? He knows you send more weapon to Ukraine people only suffer more, right? If you 10 years old Ukraine fight with a 30 years old bully like Russia, the more missile Ukraine shoot, the worse he will be beat by the bully, right? So it's just I'm not saying we should not fight the bully, but in this case, like West, even the NATO will not send in troops in, right? Like U.S. send a troop to Afghanistan, Vietnam, Korea, Syria, Iraq, even with the best troop and weapon and full dominant air dominance, right? You have American plane flying the whole place, dominate on the sky. Still, we lose it. So in Ukraine case, we don't have Ukraine don't have air dominance. NATO is not going there. Why send more weapon in there? Just to see the Ukraine as a 10-year-old to get even worse beat up, right? That's the only consequence. So Hungary just against anyone send a troop fly over Hungary, because he thinks that's just silly, right? You send a weapon to a 10-year-old. This is Johnson. Johnson is 26. He's the worst in UK history. Biden is one of the worst in American history. Boris Johnson is one of the worst in UK history. That's why they have, they are trying to treat the Ukraine war, be able to save them from disaster, right? That's pretty much what I see it. Anyway, if you like my video, please hit the like button and please subscribe. Thanks. Bye now.